Welcome back. All right, guys, we're going to dive into the second movie in this awesome trilogy, Desperado, starring Antonio Banderas and Selma Hayek.
Antonio Banderas.
Antonio
No,
Banderas.
no, it's too sexy.
It's too sexy.
It's too sexy.
He's
You can't use
so
that
sexy.
joke in both movies. Choose one.
Watch me.
Gosh, this is entertaining. I love it, man.
Good fun.
So much fun watching people just get blown away. And to me, this was like...
I just keep staring at Antonio Banderas. It's like, man, that's a good looking.
That's a good looking dude, man.
Did you know, speaking of John Wick, that if they weren't able to get Antonio, Robert Rodriguez's second choice for El Mariachi was John Leguizamo?
Huh.
That would have been interesting. I don't know if he would have played that. Like, Antonio Banderas got such a dark and deep freaking.
Antonio is such an overactor, and he's like his mannerisms where he's just like, oh, it gives something to the character, and it makes it like an interesting movie. But it's just as a director, when I'm watching that, I'm like, oh, it's so over the top.
I love it though. I love it so much.
It works. It works for this movie, but it's such a exaggerated thing.
Mm-hmm.
Antonio Banderas is a good actor, and you've seen him in like Oscar winning performances where he can be subtle and he can be kind of smooth and stuff like that. And in this movie, he's just so
hams
over
it
the
up.
top.
I love
he
that
really chews it up.
Yeah.
I love that he hams it up, man. It's so much fun.
Speaking of exaggerations, and again, not to skip ahead, however, I just wanted to say I love like the intro in this one when Steve Buscemi is like talking about like the biggest Mexican, scariest guy I've ever seen. And then in the next one, Cheech Marin is like, he was maybe 5'10".
Yeah. I mean, not that big, not breaking any records, but bigger than most of us.
He wasn't that big.
Also, when it came to the casting of Selma Hayek in this movie, so Robert Rodriguez really wanted to cast her, but the studio was like, oh, we need a bigger star for this movie. And so they wanted Cameron Diaz.
Oh, get out of here.
No way.
Yeah. So basically the studio was like, how about Cameron Diaz? And they're like, she's a tall, white, blonde woman.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, but her last name's Diaz. It can play in Mexico.
Oh my God.
No.
Oh my God. Can
That
you
was
imagine?
the studio thinking.
Oh, her last name was wow, man. That's some idiotic stuff. No, Selma Hayek, 100%. 100%. And,
Why don't we just get Mario Lopez? His name's Lopez. He's Mexican. He could play a woman.
he can play a woman.
He can dance. He's sexy.
Oh man. You know what's sexy? This opening credit scene.
Love it.
She swallows her coffee.
I get really excited. I'm sorry. I know you can't see it, but we keep gesturing like this.
Look at that.
We're
Look at
watching
that,
the
not
we're
over there.
rewatching the movie as we're talking about it. So if you see us doing this, I don't.
Antonio
there's a
Banderas
reason.
biting his bottom lip and strumming a guitar.
Hell yeah!
and there's that shot where he gets up on the bar and he's like backlit by these like LCD like guitar shaped like lights, and I turned to Jude when that came on. I was like, that's my favorite shot.
That's a freaking awesome shot. I love it, man. This movie is so much freaking fun. What are we gonna talk about?
That song?
Yeah. Ay, amor. So good, dude. And this is
Antonio Banderas did all of his own guitar work in this movie.
Did he really?
Yeah.
I was wondering that. I was watching. I'm like, it looks like he's actually playing it.
It's funny because in the original El Mariachi, when the actor like sings that song in the bar, Robert Rodriguez had hired like an actual like singer to come in, and he recorded him and then just overplayed, the actor. And in this movie, Antonio Banderas does all of his own singing and guitar playing.
Wow, I was wondering that. I really was. It was.
He's a talented guy.
He is very talented and good looking. I know we said that like 7 times already.
It's too sexy.
He's too sexy.
So
continue.
I immediately knew I was going to like this movie more.
Yeah.
When the opening scene is Steve Buscemi with Cheech. It's like, oh, they got some actors for this one, so thoroughly enjoyed this movie. I don't know what to say, man. It was just a lot more fun. It was higher budget, my brain instantly engaged more.
Okay.
So I just liked it more. It had every dude out there has always had like a weird man crush on Antonio Banderas. I mean, who does, right?
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Fist pump across the table. I would totally, no. I'm not going to say that. But
if there was one man,
it's like, oh, Antonio Banderas, yeah,
it's too sexy.
I wouldn't suck it, but I'd touch it.
Yeah.
right?
No.
You're not gonna get a fist bump on
Fuck
that one.
Nice. That's awesome.
Wow.
We didn't talk about Danny Trejo much in this movie, or yet, right?
This was my first. This was the first movie that I actually like kind of was cognizant about Danny Trejo. Like when I went and saw this in the theater, I was like, man, that guy's a real badass.
Like, who is that dude?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then like every movie after this movie, I was like, that's Danny Trejo.
Danny Trejo. Was this before or after? What was the movie with
Heat?
Al Pacino? Yeah, Heat. Al Pacino and Robert De Niro. He was one of the
I
main
was
guys.
trying to think of what that movie was.
Yeah. But
Which
they
we've
brought
also
him.
reviewed on the podcast.
Yeah, we reviewed
we
that.
just watched that a couple
Yeah,
months ago.
and he they brought him in because they were asking him like, how would you rob a bank if you were going to rob a bank, right?
Well, yeah, he was.
because Danny Trejo was actually an ex-con.
Yeah.
But
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
but like
Speaking out of turn again, being a woman.
Come on, shoot.
Man, I wish I was a woman so I could use that excuse.
Throws that card
Sorry,
down.
girl. Sorry, I have a vagina.
Give me your punch card. I'm
I
gonna pop.
clearly don't know my place.
I gotta pop a hole every time you use that card.
I'll just go back into the kitchen, take off my shoes.
Anyway, continue, Katie.
I'll make you pregnant first.
I'm not wearing any shoes.
But yeah, so like this was a movie that brought Danny Trejo into my consciousness, and ever since this movie, I've been like, I'm on the Danny Trejo train.
Yeah, for sure. He's
Is,
awesome.
all are.
is it for you like how Vader is like I wouldn't suck it but I'd touch it with Antonio Banderas?
No.
Is that for
I
you
never
with
said
Danny
that.
Trejo? No, it's okay. You didn't have to. I said it for you. Is that how you are with Danny Trejo?
No.
No, I think it's more like it's like the Mexican fence. What's the god's name?
Sven
Sven Thorson. Right. Every time he sees Sven Thorson, he's like, "Hey, that's Sven." God, I can't say his freaking name.
You nailed it.
Yeah.
So he's the Mexican Sven Thorson.
Yes, exactly.
I disagree.
Babe, if you want to
I
touch
think-
it, I'm fine with it.
I
It's
think-
your body.
Is going to be the classic.
Is it a classic?
It's
I'm
classic.
still,
I
I'm
freaking
still
love this
got,
movie.
wouldn't suck it, but we'll touch it.
On that note,
Going through my brain,
we're going to talk about.
I got to get even for that one because that's some bullshit right there. This is going out into like public consciousness.
I'm proud of myself.
You're not even mad at me. You're mad at him.
I told you it switched.
God damn it.
Vader's like,
Don't take his side ever again, V.